What we up to today, I don't know. Just hang tight, we fixing to find out. Just hang tight. Yo, what's up? This is Joe from Judge University Girls in the Peach Capital with a state, baby. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I got a bunch of stuff programmed. But we're only gonna cut out. What's up, Carolina? Hold on. Let me get up my old mess. Man, I tell you what, it's on like Donkey Kong, boy. Let me see something. Let me show y'all. Let me get my green bean casserole grease off my daggone screen. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, what's up? What's up, Lee? All right, so we're gonna let little people get in here before we get started, because once we get started, I don't know what's gonna happen. So, I cleaned up the shop, did a lot of housekeeping. Did a members only video on that, so if you're members only, you get to see that. I got the work table cleaned off. This is the steering linkage or steering arm for the Impala. We got the engine mounts made for OG6. We got those made. This is the piece for the shifter. We're gonna work on it tomorrow. We're doing good. Hope you are too. I done eat 2 big bowls of green bean casserole and got beef and broccoli in the crock pot, ready to go. Yeah, but let me show you what we're doing right now. I know this is supposed to be members only video, but it's with the plasma table, so I figured I'd show everybody. Trying to get those numbers up. So check this out. So y'all remember the other day we made this cardboard template for these supports. So seafood gumbo, that's what I'm talking about. So I changed it up a little bit. Welcome to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Remember, boys and girls, no politics, no religion. If you start talking politics or religion, those guys and girls with the blue wrenches are send you on your Uber. All right, so I drew up a piece. We're gonna cut one out. We're gonna see how good it fits. If it fits really good, we're gonna go ahead and cut 2 for this side and 2 for that side. And these, if they work out good the way I think they're gonna work out, they will be available for purchase. And then the top piece will be here. There'll be one piece here, and then there'll be one piece here. Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a piece to go in here first. Not now, but we'll brace this up. But anyway, and then the piece that goes on the outside, we'll have to cut a piece, and then we'll have to roll it to come here, and then there'll be a hole cut out right here so you can still get a socket in there. But like I said, these will be available for please don't double tap. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, don't come in here talking crazy. All right, so here we go. I've already drew the part up. So we're gonna pull it up and right here. Gbody rear link brace. Bam! There she is, boys and girls. There she is with all of her glory right there. What's up, Roger? So we got to calm down. We got to calm down a little bit because I'm excited. All right, so we're gonna have to set program origins, and we're gonna click right there, and then we're gonna zoom out. Looks like I left the line. I don't know what that is, but nevertheless, might be something in the drawing. I don't know. We'll figure out what it is here in a second. Set program origins. I don't know. We might have, that needs to go over. Okay, here we go. Set program origins. Set program origins. We're going to go right there. We're going to zoom out. No, we're going to have to put it back here. Program origins. I want it on this side. 0 all axis. Zoom out. There we go. All right. So we're going to cut this out of 3/16 plate. And right here's some 3/16 plate right here. Come on with it. Come on with it. So we're going to put it right here. And we're going to square up the plate. So with 3.5. Laid it in there pretty good, boys and girls. 3.5. 3.5. Let's get this one. This one got a magnet on it. Make sure it's square in the table. 3/16. There we go. We're good to go. All right. So what we're going to do. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the speed a little bit. We're going to set it at 0. We're going to bring the torch head down some. Right there, we brought it down. Now we're going to make this home. So we're going to pull it right on over to the side. All right, that's home. Then we're going to have to come right back up here and hit 0 all axis. And then that's where it's at. We're going to go over here. We're going to turn off the plasma just to make sure everything's good. We're going to hit start on a dry run. See what happens. What's up? What's up, John Buchanan? We're making some more braces, John. Man, I hope this thing fits. I hope this thing fits. There's one thing that I got to learn. There's one thing I got to learn. If the part is not right, I got to figure out how to go in there and make it back to a drawing to edit that drawing. Like I said, I'm still learning. All right, so now we've already cut the part. Now we're going to go back and go to work 0. Let's go back to work 0. So with that being said, well, I tell you what, John, won't you just send me a PayPal check and I'll go buy a laser? How about that? You send me the money. You sponsor me. You sponsor me all the funding and I'll buy a laser table. Better yet, we'll buy a fucking water jet. How about that? How about that? So, all right, boys and girls, we're going to cut this part out. Let me go turn this fan on right here. Let me turn this fan on. We're going to cut this part out and we're going to see if it fits. So here we go. And we're going to turn off dry run. Here we go. I don't know why that popped up. I pushed the wrong button. Sorry about that thing popping up. All right, we're going to tell it to go back to 0. Go back to 0. Turn the fan off. Give it a little splashy splash. Two-finger it. Now, Henry, I run a plasma table about 10 years ago, plus or minus. It run on Sigma Nest. And this right here, I haven't done this stuff in like 10 years. But I want you to look, John. John, if you still in here, look how clean that is, boy. Huh? What's up, Angie? What's up, Tulo? What's up? All right, now let's go out here and see. Now let's go sit here and see if we done it right. Well, that didn't work out. What the hell was I doing? What the hell? What in the Jimmy Crack corn hell? All right, so I'm gonna show you what I did. So I used the canvas function, and what I did is I took a picture of this with my phone, and then I scaled it. I measured this hole, and said this hole was a 1/2 inch, and then it brought the part up to scale, and then I just traced the lines. Y'all see it in the picture. And then apparently something didn't work. So, with that being said, that's why we only cut one. But it's not really that bad. We just have to, what we have to do is just go from here and take this radius out and go straight 90. Should have left it 90 instead of radius it. So we should have left it 90. Should have left that 90 instead of radius in it. And then right there, we need to measure that and add that. Hey, it's okay. Yeah, the cardboard was off. No, I actually took a picture of it, John. I actually stood right here and took a picture of it and imported it in the canvas mode. But it's all right, though. But we can go fix it. Come on. Come on, let's go fix it. Let's go fix it. We're going to stay on here for a little while. Let's go fix it. So, let me turn the machine off. We'll go fix it. We'll go import it again. I hope I can remember all the steps on the canvas. And let me dry my hands. Yeah, I mean, a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. All right. Let's go over here. Let's go over here back to my workstation. Let me get me a water. And I'll show you what I did. I got so much stuff going on, I got a little distracted, but I'm still not making no excuses. I made a mistake. Look at this right here. I made a mistake. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. I made a mistake. All right, so I'm gonna show you what I did. Y'all turn around. All right, so hold on. All right. Let me go get a, oh, here's one. I got one in the pocket. Microcloth. All right, so let's go back down here to Fusion. All right. Cancel. All right, we're going to, so this is what I did right here. So you go to drawings, And we're gonna go to sketch. We're gonna go line sketch. Then we're gonna click, this is our plane. I'm talking to myself so I can walk myself through it. All right, so then you go over here to insert, and then you go down here to canvas. Where does it say canvas? You go to canvas, all right? And then I'm gonna go insert from my computer. I click on that, and then I go to, I think it's this one. Yep. And then all right, where's the picture at? Insert, canvas, my computer. Oh, I know where it's at. There it is. There it is. So now, right here's where you don't put, let me turn this light out. There, is that better? So where the hell's that light at? Let me move down. All right, so you don't put no numbers in right here, right? You just go over here and hit OK, right? Now we're going to zoom in on the picture, right? We're going to zoom in on the picture, right? So there's the picture, right? So there's the picture. So maybe we need to go take a better picture. Yeah, that's a picture. So then you go over here and you go to sketch and you hit the drop down box. Excuse me. You hit canvas. There's the image. You right click on the image and then it says you need to construct. And then we go over here and we drop this. Right here, calibrate. It says right here, calibrate. It says calibrate, right? So this right here, we calibrate. So the tutorial video that I watched, it says calibrate the hole. Well, it's not completely, that hole was not completely flat, right? So maybe that's where it messed me up, because this angle here, this lower link bar is going down. But I know that hole is a 1/2 inch hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in. We're going to move this. I know that hole is a 1/2 inch hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the corner of it as close as we can get to it. We're going to go to the other side as close as we can get to it. It says it's 400 thousandths or 4,000. So we know that hole's a 1/2 inch hole. So you go 1/2 inch, right? Bam. Now it puts the picture to scale, right? So we zoom back out. There's our picture, right? So, yeah. So it's good to the picture. It's good to the picture, but I think, because I think that this right here curves in, so that's what throwed me off, right? So let's walk back out here and look. So we can fix it. We can make adjustments. So y'all just stay with me. Y'all just stay with me. So I took the picture like this. I took the picture like that. So I don't know why, but you can see right there. So we need to measure from here to here, and then from there to there, and just add more to it. And then on this end over here, instead of it being radiused, we need to make it square. And then right here, I radiused it. I don't need to radius it, I need to make it square. Once we add that, and that'll be fine. So, and then we need to add about 2 inches to the end, because I want it to run all the way to, the end. I want this to run all the way to the end and brace this up. So, just a little fine tweaking. That right there works out pretty good. That's good on that part. And then all that'll be welded. And then there'll be another one at the bottom, and then there'll be a box in the middle. So I only made it an inch. So we might make it 2 inches from here to here. We'll make 2 inches and then add that little shiver to it, and then we'll go from there. So I'm trying to get, look, I'm good for Saturday. I can do it Saturday. That's not the problem. The problem is there is no way that 2 people can tear down a vehicle. There's no way that 2 people can tear down 2 trucks, tear down one truck, tear down another truck, and put it all together in a day. There's just not enough time, because I can't come back on Sunday. So the problem, I'm good. Coming Saturday and turn wrenches all day until we end up where we end up at. But the problem is, if we go there Saturday and we tear Big Bertha down, then there we got a floor full of parts. And then we're going to tear down Big Shirley and do the whole thing. And 2 people can't do it. 2 people can't do it. And the people that I asked to help, I have not heard anything back from nobody. Now, Nathan Price out towards Outer Banks, he said he would come help, but that's a 5-hour ride. He'd have to ride 5 hours to come help us. And that's not fair. So, all right, let's turn this back around. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just do it together, and we're going to see what happens. So, this is my plane. All right, so now we're going to start drawing. So, we're just going to oh shit, I got the wrong line. Y'all just have to bear with me, because I'm doing it one-handed instead of two-handed, so I got to do both functions with everything. So, you know what? I'm going to take that line away so I don't have no cut breaks. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right back here. We're going to grab it right there. And then we're going to come all the way. See, that's too tight. Too tight. He said it's too tight. So let's go right here at the corner. Grab this corner. And then we're going to grab right here. All right, now let's go do something. Let's go measure from here to here and see what the distance is. And then we're going to see, maybe that was the problem. Maybe it didn't bring it up to scale 100%. So let's go out here and measure it and see what she says. And then we can adjust the drawing, even though if the picture is wrong, I can adjust the drawing. So it's a learning curve. I've never seen the software where you could use Canvas. So like I said, I've not been in this for about 10 years, but the concept is still there. So that right there, from that corner to that corner is 2 1/4. All right, so let's go in here and see what it measures. 2 1/4. So from that corner to that corner, it's supposed to be 2 1/4. That corner to that corner is supposed to be 2 1/4. I made a rhyme and didn't know it. I was a poet and didn't know it. All right, now, let's see. So let's go up here and measure. Measure from this corner, from that corner right there, so from here, all right. Why ain't you clicking on that, man? Snap points. Okay, here we go. So from this corner, so it's been 2 1/4. See? So with that being said, so that's 2 1/4. So let's see what this is. We gotta turn this light back on. All right, let's go ahead and look at this. Let's take this, and this. But here's the cool thing about it. Once I get it all figured out, we don't have to worry about it again because all G-bodies are the same. So once we figure this out, you know, it's all good in the neighborhood. So I'm okay with that, right? Oh, okay. I see, said the blind man. I went from this corner to that corner. I just measured from this corner to this corner. So that's where that come from. All right, so we need to do the exact same thing, and we need to add. Let's see if I can hold that with my knee. Tell you what, boy, multitask at the best. Y'all gonna have to sit with me for a second. I gotta sit this down. Hold on. Y'all stay tight right there. So we need to add. See, I wish I knew how. I gotta figure out how to take this existing part, turn it back into a part, and edit it, and then do it again. I hadn't got that far yet, so we'll just delete the old one and just do a new one. So we need to add a 1/4 inch to that side on the short end, and we need to add we just need to add a quarter all the way around. And then we need to add, that's 4. We need to make that 5, so we need to add 1 inch to that. Yeah, 5 1/4. If we do 5 1/4, that'll be good. So we'll add 5 1/4 to the long end. Then we add 1/4 to that end and 1/4 to that end. And then go straight. Take away the 1 inch radius and do a straight 90. All right, let me show you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take away that 1 inch radius, put a straight, run it straight like that. And then we're going to add 1 inch, 1 1/4 to the length. And then we're going to add a 1/4 inch here and a 1/4 inch there. We should be good. Should be good to go on that. So let's see what we got going on that. All right, let me turn the lights back out. All right, so we need to put this radius on that corner right there. So we're going to go down here to 3-point arc. We're going to go to a 3-point arc, and then what we can do is we can grab this corner, and then we're going to go right there, and right there. So that, boys and girls, that give us our arc right there. So let's change that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Let's do it a different way. Let's just do a circle. Because it's not really a radius, but we're going to try to. No, we don't want to do a toolpath. Not right yet. We want to do a circle. All right, that's where I messed up the last time. See that right there where I come down and I left that right there? That's where I messed up. I left that part right there open. I left that part open. I believe that's where I messed up at the first time. So what we need to do is we need to grab right here. And we said we're gonna make it what? What was this? That's 4. So we need to add. So if that's 4, we're going to add 1.25 inches to it. Yep, 1.25 inches to it, and then we're going to connect this line. We should be able to delete this line. Nope, that means ain't nothing connected. If you go to delete a line and it don't highlight, I did find out it's not connected. Again, only been using this software for 2 days. So that's that. We delete that. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this because this picture is at an angle. You see how that hole's not flat and it's at an angle? So we're going to have to try to just trial and error or just go take a better picture. But if I go take a better picture, I got to get off this phone. So, we're going to add 1/4 inch, right? So we're going to take this line right here, and we're going to pop this line right there, and we're going to say we're going to go. Let's just go. 1/4 is 25, so let's just go. We'll just go 1/4, 25. Bam. All right, so there's our starting point. All right. So if this thing's not 100% up to scale, let's just add a little bit to it. So let's go a couple, let's go like 0.32. And then let's delete that other one. Delete that one, 0.32. All right, we'll do the same thing here. Here we'll do. We'll just go from here. We'll grab this corner. Somebody's probably going, what in the hell are you doing? It all makes sense here in a second. Point 32. This thing's got a construction line feature too, where you can just put dotted lines, but if you overlap one line on the other line, it's hard for it to delete it. All right, so we're going to do a curvature line. Not a curvature line. What is it? It's called a 3-point arc. So we're going to grab this corner right here, and then, yes, we want to repeat it. And then we're going to grab this corner, and then we're going to grab this corner, and then we're going to grab this corner. And by doing that, that should give us a 3-point arc. Let's do a tangent arc. So we've done a tangent arc there, and then we've done a 3-point arc on others. I keep forgetting this screen's touch screen. Working on Sunday is football season. Hold on a second. If you're coming through, please do it. I appreciate that. I just don't know what, we're cutting parts out for a Gbody on on a plasma table. It's working on Sunday. It's football season. I don't care nothing about no football. I don't care nothing about no football. Football don't do nothing for me. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing, but no. I don't care nothing about football. Don't care nothing about sports, honestly, at all. And for somebody says, "Oh, you don't care nothing about sports because you don't," if you don't care nothing about sports, it's because you didn't play sports. Well, that's not entirely true. I did play sports, but when I got old enough to go to work, when I got old enough to go to work, I didn't care nothing about no sports. Didn't care nothing about it. And somebody's probably going to say, "Oh, you didn't care about sports because you must not have been no good. You can make money in sports." Yep. Yeah, you sure can make money in sports. But you know what? That wasn't my thing. All right, so with that being said, this line right here, we don't need this line no more, right? We don't need this line no more. But we're not going to get rid of it right yet, because we're going to, this line right here was just a reference point. So we've added, what we just did is we added the 1/4 inch that was missing on this one, right? So what we did is we added, let me walk here and I'll show you. We added a 1/4 inch because I didn't take the picture 100%. So I took the picture like this. So I must have took the picture at the angle because you see that hole's at an angle. I should have probably took the picture like this and we'd been good. But you see right here, see right there, I was a little off. So we just added that right there. So we added a 1/4 inch to it. Like I said, I'm learning this canvas mode. See, back in the day when I run Sigma Nest, you'd have to make cardboard templates and you'd make them to scale, and then you go in the office and then you had a grid, and then you would draw it up on a grid, and then you put it on AutoCAD, then you'd upgrade it, you'd inload it into Sigma Nest, and then Sigma Nest would turn it into a G code, and then that G code would tell the computer how to cut it, and it was on floppy disk. This right here is not on floppy disk. So, oh yeah, that could be that, or a hook. Yeah, could be a hook. So that's what we're doing. So making yeah. Oh, you know what? It could look here. It could. I could put a daggone handle on it. Look, hook 'em, stick 'em, hook 'em, stick 'em. Yeah, them. Yeah. All right. So let's. So this one right here, it does look kind of weak, honestly. It does look kind of weak. So it's 1.5 inches. Wait, yeah, right here. It is a little weak. So we're gonna add a little bit to it. We're gonna add a little bit to it. So we're gonna come right here. I'll show y'all the construction line. So right here's a construction line. There's a lot of features on this thing, man. So you come to the construction line, you hit that bad boy, and we're gonna come out. We're gonna add, there's nothing really in the way. So we'll just add like 2 inches. I don't know. Let's go 1.5 inches. Because we got 1.5 inches and we got 1.5 inches and 1/4. So let's do this. So if we go 1 3/4 inches, that's 1.75. And then we got 1/4 there, that makes it 2 overall. So there's 2 inches right there. All right. So there's 2 inches. So we'll do the same thing. hold on a second. We got to go check because we can't go too far out because we got that bracket on the other side that it would hit. So if we go 2 inches there, yeah, see, all right, look here. So it says shoes untied. So if we go 2 inches here, and if you draw an imaginary line, that 2 inches is going to hit right there where that fuel line's at. So let's do 1.5 inches. Because if that's, so if you do 1.5 inches, and that runs over, if you visualize it, 1.5 inches, that runs over, that's going to be right there on that bracket. So let's do 1.5 inches. So let's do 1.5 inches. No, I'm not from South Carolina. Close though. I'm from the peach capital of the state, baby, in Candor, North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. All right, so let's delete that and let's go 1.5 inches. So let's go 1.5 inches. We'll go 1.5 inches, 1.5. Oh, what the hell? Line's crooked. Line's crooked. $90. We're gonna go 1.5 inches. All right, so there we go. So let's move this up. We'll scale it, we'll zoom in some. We'll move it over. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I really would. So about right here is where that bracket's at. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to take and go back over here and turn off our construction line. And then we're gonna go from here to that corner. I don't like that. Let's go ahead and look at something. Let's see how far it is. I don't like it. I don't like sharp edges. I don't like sharp edges. So So 5 inches, so 2.5. So let's go from that corner. Let's go from that corner. We got 2.5 and 5. So let's go from that corner, bring a line down from that corner, 2.5, and then touch those two lines together and see where we're at. So let's delete this line and move the picture over. And let's do a construction line. And let's go from this corner two and a half, all right? So that's roughly about 160 degrees. So let's go 2.5. There's our construction line. So now let's turn off the construction line. And we go from right here and run it straight to that point. Now, we're not in the picture, but let's run it to that point. Now, you're right, 84 Cuddy. What's up, 84 Cuddy? Yeah, I'm not using, but I might use that bolt hole. You know what I'm saying? I might use that bolt hole. No, I'm gonna use Yeah, I'm not going to use that fuel line, but I might use that bolt hole. So now I can buy these brackets right here for like $165. There's a company that makes these already welded together. I looked at them last night, but that's not the point. The point is I want to make my own and start manufacturing my own parts. So now, since we got this line and that line together, so we can delete that line, and we can delete that line, and we can delete this line, right? So now we can go back here, grab this point here, and run all the way back up to this point, and bam. Let's move this bad boy over. So now it's not as sharp as it was. Let's zoom out. I'll catch up on the comments in a minute. I'm trying to stay focused, so I don't want to get sidetracked. So I'm liking that. And again, so with that being said, now we got 1.5 inches here, so we need to add 1.5 inches over there on the other side. So we're going to click right here, and we're going to grab this point right here, all right, and then we're going to run out 1.5 inches, 1.5, and we're on 55 degrees, right? So that's 55 degrees on that, right? If I can move it, do it that way, and we connect that, it's going to be a sharp line, just visual. So if we go to 55 degrees, that looks like it's going to be more of a radius, more of a transition. So we're just going to click it. So that ended up being 1.5 inches there. So let's move this over. All right, move it over. And now what we can do is we can draw a circle to connect those two lines. See, that's not going to work. So what we can do is right here is we can go to an arc. So we can go to a two point arc. So let's click here. Yes. And there. So now we got this radius coming around, but it's a construction line. So we got to turn off the construction function, and we got to delete this line. That's why I was saying delete this line. Now we go back, go to an arc, go to a tangible arc. Construction line's turned off. Grab this corner, run it up to this corner, grab that corner, which is 4.72, which is almost 4 3/4. We grab that. Now we have that radius coming around like that. Hold on a second. Actually, Mac, this sun gun is 4 months behind. I've had this thing for 4 months, man. I think this is how you learn the machine so it can pay for rent. Yeah, that sun gun needs to pay for rent. That sun gun been in that corner for 4 months. Just like the laser, the learning part took me a bit once to get it done. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right, Carolina Big. It's going to be LSG bodies all day, baby. All day, twice on Tuesday, and every day that ends in a Y. You best believe that. All right, so the R&D part is the hardest part. So we got 1.5 inches here. So we're going to slowly taper it around. So we're going to see what happens on this one. So we're going to go, we'll do another construction line. We're going to hit right here. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I'd greatly appreciate it. We're going to grab this corner right here, and we're going to come out 1.25 inches. So right there is an inch. Well, right here, there's an inch right there. All right, so there's an inch. And then let's just see what that looks like. So there's an inch. And then if we come over here to this side and we grab this corner here and we run out 90, and we go out an inch on this end. So now we got an inch, an inch and a half, an inch, and 1 inch. So I really don't know. The one that I seen online cuts off like it don't even go all the way around. It actually stops like right here on the corner. But I was looking. Some guys say that they rip this perch off, for whatever reason. So I just want to come on around. So if this was an inch and a half, this is an inch. So if we go an inch, or if we go inch and a half, 1 inch, half inch. So that's a half inch fall all the way around. And again, we might go cut this thing out and it might not work. And guess what? We'll delete it and we'll start all over again. Not on this live, but I'll start all over until I get it where I'm at. So we go half inch at 0 degrees, bam. So there's half inch. So now what we can do is we can come back up here to the circle, to the lines, and go down to an arc and go to a tangible arc, which is 2 points. And we're gonna grab this point here and grab this point here. All right. Who didn't tell me we still had it in construction mode? Take off a construction line, go back to regular line, go to a tangible, click this point, and we're gonna grab this point, and then we're good to go. So now we're coming on around, right? All right, we're gonna come back up here and we're gonna repeat that. There's little speed keys, but I don't know what the speed keys are right this second. And then come back around and click on it. Now this part comes all the way around like that. So now, I don't know, boys and girls, it might not fit. All right, we're gonna click that off, and then we're just gonna go a straight line. And we're gonna go from here to here. Now let's move the pan over and let's zoom out. And there's our part. There's your part. It looks like it's okay. It looks like it's fine. I don't know. I'm still skeptical on this piece right here. Honestly, I think since this thing's at an angle, I think that's going to be, I think it's going to be off again, honestly. I think it's going to be a gap right there. Honestly do. Because it's took at an angle. I think this might be good, but I think that's going to be at an angle. Honestly do. It just, in my gut, it just feels like it. But what we will do is we'll go up here and we're going to radius these little corners just a little bit. Just this one right here. We're going to radius this corner and this corner. No, we don't want to arc it. I want to radius it. Or fillet. I want to fillet the edge. Let's do 1/8 inch. 125 is 1/8 inch if you boys didn't know. So we got a 1/8 inch radius on that corner. So, I don't know. I'm liking the way that looks. And I know some people probably, this probably don't entertain them, but I appreciate everybody that's tapping in. So we're going to delete all these. I deleted the wrong line. All right. So, I don't know, boys and girls. I like that radius part, but I also got to remember that I'm going to put a piece of chrome moly tubing, the brace in here. So, some people like a flat landing spot, you know, for the chrome moly to brace it. Yeah. And then I'm going to run chrome moly on it too, Mac. I'm going to brace up the chassis. So, and the one I seen online has a decorative hole in it and a decorative hole in the bottom, but that lets trash and stuff get inside there. So, I don't know, boys and girls. Let's just go cut it and see what happens. And if it don't work good, then what we'll do is I'll take a better picture. So we're gonna hit finish sketch. So there's our sketch. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click this. We're gonna extrude it, and what that means is we're gonna make it, instead of a one, and we're gonna make it into a 3D plane. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna cut it out of, we can tell it we can cut it out of whatever, but we're gonna tell it we're cutting it out of 3/8 plate, just so it's got some definition in it, so y'all can see it. We hit OK. Now we're gonna come over here and we're going to, remove canvas. Now the canvas is gone. So now we can come down here and we can grab it and orbit and we can turn it. You see? So now we can rotate it 360 degrees. We're building parts. So this is JG Innovation Garage, LLC, in the Peach Capital of the state. Also NGO Design Company. We're programming parts to start building this chassis on this Gbody. We got a lot of other stuff going on. No, it's not a CAD channel. No, it's not a CAD channel. No, it's not a CAD channel. It's a custom restoration, motivational, get your ass out of your house, start working channel. It's everything. It's not that. No politics and no religion. If you talk politics and religion, the ones in the blue wrenches will pack you up and send you on your Uber. So my son got this machine a few months back. He don't get on camera, but I done this Sigma-ness and AutoCAD stuff about, I don't know, 10 years ago. So we just got the machine a few months ago. We've had some issues with it, but we got it up and running, and we've been making parts for the last 48 hours. I've been in here programming parts like a son of a gun. So here's the part right here. The first one, we're using canvas mode. So the first one didn't turn out too good. So I'm still skeptical on this hook. But we already there now. So we're just gonna have to go for the gusto. Let's rotate this thing around, and then we're gonna turn it into a toolpath, and we'll go from there. So, I appreciate it. It's only metal. Oh yeah, and I got a bunch, hey look, and I got a bunch of 6-inch flat bar. I got a wad of flat bar, but it's only 6 inches wide and 8 foot long. So, it is what it is. All right, so we're gonna get out of that. So, now it's in a 3D piece. We need to save it. So if something happens. So we're gonna say Gbody brace, or yeah, Gbody brace. We'll do don't hang tight. We're just gonna do Gbody brace part 2. If it doesn't work out, we'll delete this one too. And I'm really, that hook right there, I'm telling you, I think this picture is messed up. I think that canvas picture was took on the wrong angle, but it's okay. We've been over here for an hour, so we'll just see what happens. So we go to design, then you go down to manufacturing parts. And then here we are in manufacturing parts. We'll go to setup, new setup. All right, right here, now I usually don't change nothing here, but the orientation model, I told you guys the other day that I usually do the top left. I watched the guy last night and he said the bottom left is better. So we've been doing bottom left. It's already selected on body. So you click on body. Oh, you sack of monkey junk. Pushed the wrong dang on button. New setup. Come back. Box point. Model orientation. We want to put it down here in the bottom left-hand corner. I was taught top left-hand corner, but they said that this machine likes the bottom left-hand corner, so I'm going to have to re-memorize that. It's already selected body, so that means the body of the part. So, yeah, 65 minutes. We're about to finish up. So hit stock. Right here, Carolina Big asked this the other day. He said no waste. Right here, it says no additional stock. So that lets it have no additional stock, waste on the outside. And then pretty much all that's good. And then post-process, you have to name it again. So we're going to do, what we say, Gbody brace part 2. So Gbody brace part 2. And if it's bad, we'll delete it. We hit OK, and now it should put the G code in it. So that's that. So now we go up here to the cut section, hit cut, 2D profile, another screen pops up. Now we have to go in there and select our tool, all right? So we go to the tool library. Once you go to the tool library, you go to library. Here's all the plasma settings, which the computer tells it what to do. We cutting it out of 3/16, so that's 1/87 right here, 1/87. But I jump it up to 1/4 inch. I cut this one on 1/4 inch settings, and it cut it a whole lot nicer. So we're gonna tell it it's 1/4 inch. We hit select, and then we don't change the feed per minute or any of that. Then we go to geometry. We want it to select the face, the body, so we select the face. And then we go to heights. We don't change nothing on the heights. Then you go to passes. You want it to say in computer. And then right down here, smooth edges. With the smooth edging, that's right there, smoothing off and smooth on. We want smoothing on so it makes it a nice, nice transition, and it makes it less G codes as well. And then we go to linking. Right here where it says lead in sweep, I change that to 90 degrees. I like that better. So far, I don't change in the lead in distance or the pierce clearance. And I don't go in here and say, hey, I want you to start cutting here. I just let the computer pick. We hit OK, and then bam. Now it's in a cut file with a G code. Then we go up here to actions, post-process. There's all your G codes. You pull it up. Right there, it's ready. Gbody brace, number 2. Cut height, I don't change none. I've changed that. We don't change that. Then we go down here and we hit post. And it successfully took our drawing. So now let's go over to now let's go plug up the laptop to the machine, import that into fire control, and let's cut another piece out and see how bad we F this one up. So, all right. All right, so we're good on that. Everything's running. Everything's good to go. Let me go turn the plasma back on. Man, you ain't gonna stay until we cut it out, Big? You leaving? No, I'm just speaking. All right, so now let's go to Fire control. Here's fire control, it's up and running. Come down here and we're gonna click on it, and Gbody brace right there. We're gonna hit open files on the G code. Right there's our part. Now we're gonna set program origins, and we gotta tell it that we're in a different grid. So it's got it in that grid, we need it in the lower grid, because that's how I got the table set up. And right there it is, it's in the lower grid right there. Now we need to run the torch over there to the other side. All right, so we got it set right here is where home base is at. And we're gonna hit 0 all axis. Now that tells it that it's back in home base. All right, so we're going to go and do a dry run just to see what happens. Just double check. Hit a start on a dry run. Well, that ain't gonna work. We might have to scoot it. We might have to come down here. Yeah, we're gonna have to move it over, because see, it run off the table. Well, it run off the metal. So I'm telling you. I heard something. I'm telling you, that hook, that corner right there, that corner ain't gonna be right. That corner is not gonna be right. I just got a feeling it ain't gonna be right. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you it wasn't gonna be right. I gotta take a better picture. I told you. I knew it wasn't gonna be right. Yep, I'm gonna have to take a picture, I'm gonna have to take a better picture on this canvas mode. Trial and error, strike one, strike two. That's all right. But it was fun. Hey, it was fun. I got another poker. So, well, I got another plan. So you know what I'm gonna do? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a cardboard template. Let me tell you this. So I'm gonna make another cardboard template exactly how I want it. Then I'm gonna take a picture of the cardboard template straight on it. What's up, Nathan? Straight up on 90 degrees. And then I'm gonna draw another one, and then I'll let y'all know. But I appreciate everybody tapping in. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm gonna go in here and eat me another bowl of green bean casserole. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first.